This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever All-Star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game. Live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world number 1 Team Homan takes on world number 1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube, with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever all-star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world number 1 Team Homan takes on world number 1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube, with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
I have an idea.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
we asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Good evening and welcome to the one of the only two games playing tonight. My name's Chris, joined by Ryan on this game between China and basically Canada. Kleiter, and we are just about to get underway here. Both these teams undefeated in Pool B, so I guess it's for pride here, Ryan.
Yeah, and we're in for a real treat today. This is going to be a great game, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Kleiter has the hammer as China just bringing this stone down in on top. And a very nice shot. Not sure if it's frozen. Try and see if we can get the overhead here. The other overhead.
There
we go. That'll help. There, it's close enough. So, not sure what the call is. We know that the bunch of the sheets, the last game that I called with Rylan, they were having a little bit of trouble getting the lines down until the last two ends, and this looks like a dandy shot as long as it's past the top guard, which it is. Trying to sneak a peek over Mr. Hall's shoulder, and that comes right down on top, and there's enough gap there that at some point in time, if they decide to start opening it up, we should be able to see a bunch of rocks start to move, but they're going to draw in on top here.
Yeah, they're going to need a nice angle on this one. Right now, if you hit it just right, both those reds, I think, are leaving the house. So we got to be careful here.
Well, let's see what we get. The stone making its way down. It's not got a lot of weight. It just top 8. Nope, a little heavy. Gives it a little bump. So now we should see some movement here, but they're going to stack it up. He's wondering whether or not he wants to open it up. I think that's the call. Open it up, give himself a chance. With 4 rocks in the house, remember Kleiter, Rylan does have the hammer, and we know Mr. Hall can certainly throw the weight if he wants. See what we get here.
They're taking a little bit of ice, so they're not bringing his full heat on this one, but I'm sure we'll see that later on.
They're working that line in the bunny hop mode. That'll peel out the front, misses everything in the house, which was expected. I mean, we're not looking to drive that back and move anything yet. So we'll see China, Shui, I'm not sure. Help us out, any one of our visitors, how you pronounce it. Should have got clarification, so my apologies to Team China.
Yeah, my guess is it's going to be Team Zhu. But I have not played these guys before or seen a game from them.
So we're seeing this run straight, and then it'll finish quite hard at the end. And this is maybe a little bit lighter than what they expected, but we got that big finish, and it sits on the center line. So this might have a little bit more power to it coming on down. I think they're going to open it up, maybe try and drive that center rock back onto another red. At the very least, they're going to move some stone and open it up. That's got a bit more weight to it. It's going to stay on the high side and just open it up.
Yeah, I guess that's what they were going for, because they were sweeping that. If they let it curl, it would have gone into the house, but I guess they're happy enough with the peel for now.
Well, I think they're actually sitting shot. It's quite hard to tell with the overhead with those two stones so close.
Yeah, those are pretty darn close. I think you're right. I think they've got that point locked up for now.
And I think all they could do really here. So I think what the call is to move the red onto the yellow, which might pop the red out. They've got the jam on the other one, the red in behind the shot rock. So I think what they're trying to do is just pop that red second stone out.
Yep. I think you're right there.
Not much ice.
He's bringing some heat.
Gets it on the nose. Let's see what moves.
Ooh,
that
ouch.
Is not the outcome they wanted. It jammed up pretty good, so you'll see the guard go up. I'm not sure if we can get a zoomed in shot on the house right now or not. But definitely looks like red is sitting 1. To me, if I was a bit of a betting man, but it's hard to tell with the angles. Even Rylan came out. Yeah, red's sitting 1.
Yeah, and that's a real shame because it's in front of the yellow. That red's not going anywhere. Well, good news for Team Kleiter. Even if they give up a steal here, they can just pretend they did not have the hammer in the first end and move on.
Yeah, and I mean, that is just a real solid tactic that they may revert to here. I don't see that red stone on the button. You couldn't even, I don't think you could throw enough weight to move that one. Well, some of us can, but.
Yep. Well, and even if you could, you might just stick both of the reds in there and then it's a steal of 2. So not ideal. You know, I wonder if he'll take a look at those angles. The yellows are lined up for the top red, which you got to clip the red on the button if you want to have that be any good. But might be something there.
Well, that's sort of a Hail Mary shot, I think. Doing that far wide out. I mean, I'd almost be more comfortable just stopping any movement, tuck in behind that red on the center line and give up the one. This is pretty difficult.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You know, you risk giving up more than one if you play something. Though this angle is pretty good. The rocks are so close together, I think it's a little easier than it would be with one rock, just because they're so close and it's lined up pretty nicely.
The other option is just to open up that side, giving yourself the opportunity to draw down, see if you can get past the top 4 and give that red stone a little bump. But we'll see what the play is. First stone of the end for the team out of Saskatoon.
Yeah, the home province team. I'm sure people are rooting for them here.
So it's got to come up a bit.
Oh, this has really got to curl. Oh, is this a disastrous shot? That's not great.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Pretty close, though. That just didn't climb the hill. If we can get the replay on this, you can see that when it comes out of his hand, it's out just a little bit. It's almost like he forced it out. But yeah, boy oh boy, that could have been a lot worse than what it was, and that's not very pretty the way that it sits.
For sure. And they were briefly looking at playing the in-off off the yellow one onto the button rock to try to sit 3. But looks like they're content taking the single point here.
Well, I mean, China could be doing that right now themselves. I mean, and look to really put the pressure on. I mean, if they do the in-off yellow onto red, that yellow at the back of the forefoot's definitely going to go, and the weight is up. So this may be, if it crosses, no, they're just going to take away the in-off and roll out. So that option's now gone. And now, Hail Mary full of grace, what do you do? He doesn't know either. So, I mean, last rock of the end, I think I'd be pretty much content just throw it off the sheet and give up the one.
Yeah, he has some shots. Maybe he'd even blank here. Wouldn't that be something? But
I don't
could chip out the yellow and then it's a 2. So don't mess around.
I don't know if he could blank the end. I mean, you'd have to throw.
Oh, well, I mean, with one of the yellow runbacks, maybe
yeah,
you could get them all going at an angle. But we're just throwing this one away. Looks like fair enough.
I mean, that's what I'd do. I'd be content just to give up the one. So it's a steal of 1 for China. After one, we'll be back.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sasktel.com/sponsorships.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever all-star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
Hi, I'm Jane. And I'm Rick, and Jane and I are the owners of Sprague Foods Limited here in Belleville, Ontario, in the Bay of Quinte area. We're a food processing facility, and we can a whole range of products, including soups and sauces and rice pudding and beans.
All right, we're back. Second in. Had a steal. It could have been a lot worse than just the one. Kleiter still now has the hammer as China had stolen one. Not a lot of options there, eh, Ryan, at the end of that end for Rylan?
No, it was not looking too hot in the house there. There was a red rock frozen on the button, and it was not going anywhere. So just happy to give up the single and move on. See what they can do in the second end here. They have lots of time left in the game.
So this is a lot less, clustered up in the middle, going in behind the guard here. And I'm not sure. Do you know if this is the Chinese team going to Worlds?
I am not familiar, but we can look that up.
Because we know that with the Korean team, 3 out of 4 are going, but not the skip was going to Worlds, oddly enough.
Interesting. Do you know why not? That's
no idea, but I've worked with the Korean program a bunch of times, and it that didn't surprise me. So here we go. We're just coming down, looking to get on top, maybe even give a little tiny bump, but looking to freeze, and they are a little bit off the freeze, but well buried. So nice shot. Looks like he'll open it up and try and split 2 out here. So watch for some granite to be moving in a second. And a reminder, as this rock makes its way down, he does have nose, so we're going to see a little bit more move. Is he going to get it out? Or is he going to stick around? Just out. Still in play, but just out. Unless the rings aren't true, but hopefully we won't have to go to one of those measures.
Exactly. I'm sure they'll be fine with coming around the corner guard.
So this is a nice shot, up weight. Maybe a little bit more would have got that rock to move a little more. I don't think it's on, but let's hope it doesn't come into play. It shouldn't, considering Ryland has the hammer. So now let's see what they're going to do. As this comes down, looking to that weight, if it curls over and gets past the guard, it does, going to bump and roll. So that is a nice shot.
Yeah,
Sitting
fantastic.
back 4. So a little bit lighter night in viewership. Looking for just normal weight here. And I think he's looking to tap this one back. Get rid of the one red rock. Open it up. We've seen these rocks run really straight until right at the end. This is a nice shot, but a lot lower weight than I expected.
No kidding.
Now China's sitting 2. As they'll draw a third one in. And just last game, we saw Ryland and his team get into trouble with a similar strategy that the team they were playing did the same thing on them, and they were managed to escape that and then turn it around and do it again, but to the opposing team. So, and that's how they won that game. So we'll see how far this one gets drawn down in. They're working it pretty hard to get to 4, just short, and about quarter buried. So there is the opportunity to hit this on the corner, roll off, and maybe get a couple in the back. We'll have to wait and see what the weight is out of the hand. A few more people joining us, so thank you for joining us now. Out of Swift Current at the Speedy Creek. I'm trying to figure out why they call it Speedy Creek.
I think I know why. And I actually just thought of it when you said that. Swift Current and Speedy Creek. Kind of
maybe this gets by the guard. And again, these are not the weights that I predicted. Maybe they're lowering the weight in order to get the curl. I have not seen sheet 2. This is my first time calling sheet 2. And he's got one in there, but it's looks pretty lonely to me.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
And there's my Alexa saying she didn't know how to help me on that either.
Yeah, she was expecting some upweight on that one.
So this one's going to cross just enough that they aren't going to get a roll. And will it roll?
Oh, superb roll.
Yeah, really nice. I don't think the port is good enough, but he'll drive that yellow stone that's closer to the center back. And if he does it and he noses it, he might get 3. That's the way the angles look. At least to me. Looking to nose it, which then should spill. He's facing 4, possibly 5. We're not sure about that far stone, but he does have hammer. So
that's
right. Better address something.
Well, the good news is there is 1 red rock on the backboard, so this is not going to be a steal of 8. That's good news for Kleiter.
Yeah, maybe you should stop playing if he gave up a steal of 8.
Oh yeah, if you give up a steal of 8, you don't just quit the game; you quit the event.
So he doesn't quite get the angle that he wants, it does open it up. They're going to draw around the center guard, put it at top 4. At least that's what the call is. And but he may, I mean, he may be wanting to take a look at blocking that center path, making the draw to save the end a little easier, well, a little harder for Rylan. Drawing around certainly is the aggressive move that puts the pressure on. I'm not sure I'd come at it from this side, though. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems maybe a little unusual to come the wide way, unless they think it's the ice is a bit different in the middle. But hey, whichever one you're going to make.
Well, that's right. If you call it, you better make it. And now they're working it. Now they're working it. One's off. Now back on. It's past the guard. And what a dandy. Just beautifully buried. You wouldn't expect much different from the Chinese team. And we know the women's team had a heck of a game there yesterday at the Women's World. So now, tentatively facing 5. Again, has the hammer, skips first stone, but I wouldn't be very comfortable with facing this many red stones in there. One error, and you could be giving up a bundle.
Yeah, even for these high caliber teams, they want to not be looking at 5, you know, because even if the rock picks or something like that, you're giving up a bundle. So no need to put it into play.
Yeah, and I'm actually a little bit surprised that this many opposition stones actually are in play. I mean, it is only the second end. You could claw your way out of a hole if something disastrous happened. But we almost saw that the last end where he almost gave up 2, only gave up 1 on exactly that, a bit of a missed shot.
Yeah, this Zhu team, they are kind of sneaking up on Kleiter here. Very sneaky, putting rocks all over the house, and we don't even notice until the last few shots.
Well, both these teams are undefeated in Pool B, so it's the pride game. I think he's throwing into backing here, get another yellow stone in. He doesn't want to move it too much, but getting a stone into play, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, not quite shot rock, but that cuts it down real nice. I don't think you have enough room to get that yellow rock out of there if it's angled kind of to go off the side red and onto the back one.
Well, you'd probably end up jamming for 1.
Yeah.
But tentatively, if you hit that way, the yellow rolls down and would spill out the opposite way. You'd lose the red stone at the back of the 8. The yellow would pop off that and shoot off to the right. And you may, depending on how you hit it, they're not stuck to each other. But you definitely see some movement on the other red rock at the back of the 8. If he forces down this way, I'm not sure why you would draw that side. I'd be more comfortable drawing down the middle and taking away that easier draw for 2, because there is the opportunity to draw for 2 down the middle.
Oh, they might be a little worried about the corner guard because they want to get around the red one as well. But I think there's enough room there if they wanted to take it on. So
you could do the little bump off the red, or even raise off the center yellow. I mean, there's lots of options there. At this point, the second end of 8. And China leading 1-0. And 1 stone left for Rylan. We'll see what they do. It's an interesting choice, that's for sure. This one not moving as much as the last one did. It's got more weight to it. So getting past that. And now lying 1 and 2. And looking for the draw. Like I said, down that center path, it seemed a little bit more easier, I guess. It's more open.
I'm putting some early pressure on Kleiter here. But at least this end, he has a shot. Not tossing it to the side.
Yeah, he's still got to be pretty precise here. Doesn't want to overthrow the stone. And certainly doesn't want it to. It will curl late. And but I don't think it would curl so much as to curl all the way over. Yeah, worst he could do is overthrow the stone. And it's got a curl. And it's not curling. It's got to get by. There it finally gets by. That had me worried. And now, will it sit down? Nice shot. Saves net and gets 1. 1-1 after 2.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world #1 Team Homan takes on world #1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
All right, we're back. 1-1 in what is a tight game between these two top contenders in Pool B, both teams undefeated. Top 8 teams are going through, I understand, into tomorrow's quarters and semis. And these two teams, regardless of the outcome, should both be there tomorrow. In Pool A, Eden is leading And this one's a little bit heavier than what they wanted, but it's, about half buried, I would say. Need to get my lower camera angles here, Ryan. Do we have a camera that's ice level or nothing yet?
Nope. Sorry.
So thank you to all that have been watching this weekend and watching this evening, of course. We're happy to be able to bring you these games. This one, if it doesn't finish here, it looks like it's gonna flash right out. Wow, surprising, what a miss.
Yeah, that might be one of the first big misses from this team here.
Yeah, they I think they worked that rock a little bit too much, and that's what kept the line. Too worried about it rolling over, but with a rock that far back in the house, I'm not sure. As long as you're past the front guard, I mean, the red stone's not even going to affect you. You can afford to let it go a little bit. So now let's see how Kleiter capitalizes. There might be a little run here. This one looks pretty hot down that same path. So now you see the same thing just thrown. This is a very nice stone. Yes, it's behind the tee line, but it is completely buried in at the back of the four. So China's got to address something. They do have the hammer in this end. So trying to get down on top of it. Little less ice than the last time. This event kind of being touted as the get the rust off before Worlds tournament event. So this one now starting to move. Nice throw, but it opens it up, and there's a port enough to drive that one out as long as they come across the face. Even if they hit it on the high side, that would drive it out through the back port between the other two yellows. So yeah, I don't see a lot of bad things that could go wrong here. This one makes its way down the ice. Now it's starting to move. They're working it a little bit more to stay off the guard. They got to hit that stone somewhere, just barely.
Ooh.
That really moved on them way more than they wanted to. So I think they're still shot rock.
And fortunately, well behind the guard, but there's lots of room to get by.
Now, remember, China does have hammer, and they've already got two in there. So Kleiter has got to be careful and manage these stones well. We've seen him in trouble in basically both ends here so far. So China playing well. One miss this end, right?
Yep.
So it does happen to the best of them.
Yeah, they've been pretty impressive so far. But lots of road left ahead in this game.
And we know that China this year took the World Wheelchair Curling Championships. So it is possible for them to want, well, everybody wants it, of course, another World Championship in their back pocket, this time maybe for men's. Who knows? Rylan taking a good look at it, made the decision to draw in on top of that stone. Looking to draw right in there now. A little indecision on what the call is, perhaps. He seems to know what they want now. Now we know that these rocks are moving late, so he's increased the rotation to try and keep the rock straighter. And sometimes that has backfired on this team because it doesn't let the rock move as fast. And this may be the case. It's hanging out there. It's got to move. So not all bad, but it is fairly wide open. When I say not all bad, they temporarily got shot rock at.
Yep. It's the good news for them is if Team Zhu noses the yellow, they'll have a little hit and roll in behind. If they try to roll on top of the red, they might be able to have a similar shot because it'll be on the tee line. So they're not quite out of it yet, but alarm bells should be going off for Team Kleiter.
I think alarm bells for Team Kleiter went off on starting the first end.
Yeah, they're still going. But an excellent pressure shot by skip Rylan Kleiter to keep this game all tied up.
They got to let this rock go a little bit now. It's got to curl, but not take off on them. This is what a dandy little shot, hit and roll.
Yeah, very nice. There's still a bit of room there for if Team Kleiter can come on top. They can get out of it. So they got another chance to get one in there. But if you don't make this one, I think we're going to be in for a shorter game.
Yeah, very well could be. I mean, there's a lot of rocks in play here.
Yeah, but the third for this team, Josh Mattern, he just threw it, so he should be pretty darn close on this one. Oh, no, it's not by the red.
Well, now you can see China is probably starting to salivate a little bit, I would think.
Absolutely.
That is not what they wanted, but a very interesting call here. I'd be making a bit of a play on that yellow as they come down to discuss.
It is a dangerous rock.
Yeah, I mean, let's play it out. I mean, they come down, they don't address it. I think the initial call was to come up here. I mean, what's Kleiter going to do? I mean, they're going to raise it in, right? And take away the multiple scoring opportunities. If they come back, they drive that straight back. They tentatively, they would probably lose the red stone at the back of the house. But, I mean, they'd be laying 4 if they nose this straight back. So, I mean, it's a lot of risk reward here. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good opportunity, and they're going to go for it here.
So the big thing is whether or not this over curls on them. And we know that this finishes really late. So this is got the weight. It does need to come up. They got to let it curl over just a bit. Got to curl. Got to curl. And all right. So I think that is third stone. They've got 2 in the house. But that yellow stone is wide open there and very maneuverable, of course, to get some big points here. So what do? I think you have to draw in behind one of those reds
I don't see much else than that. It's big trouble because both the yellows are in the back of the house. They're not getting any closer. The reds are in the top of the house. They can be tapped in there for even more points.
Yeah, he's got to make sure that he has enough ice. I'm not sure he does because it does really break off that center line. But he's skipping this game, so we'll see what's up in a second. I think the call is to draw behind the red stone. Oh, that's got more weight on it than I expected. That's going to run down that spot. So, I mean, I think the call was to come in behind the center guard. I think he gave it a little bit too much weight, and the rotation let it sort of slide to the back of the forefoot. They do have hammer, and would you take a run at that to get your bigger numbers, or be content with the 2?
It's a good question. That triple is absolutely there if you can get by the red one.
Yeah, I mean, even if they hit that yellow stone in front of the red one on the outside, they could pop the yellow straight across and spill. The triple is definitely there.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't take a closer look at it because it really puts the pressure on Kleiter. You know, last time they were sitting 5 without the hammer, well, sitting 5 with the hammer. That's a totally different story.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about risk reward. And if I'm playing this early in, tied 1-1 in the third, I'd actually probably take a run at this.
Yep, totally agreed. Especially with how well they're playing right now.
Well, and their hit weights are deadly accurate.
Yep.
I mean, this is a down weight. He's going to be playing to the yellow at the back. He just rubs.
Oh, boy.
So they are sitting a 1 and 2, now 4. And Kleiter sitting 3rd, 5th, and 6th rock. But there are a ton of red stones in there without the hammer. And this is a pretty scary scenario because, to be honest, that triple's still there. It's just a little bit harder to, you got to go through a rock, but it is still there. And you could score a ton in this. And I've not seen Rylan allow so many ends with so many stones in play. It's very surprising. It's not what I've seen over the last 2 weekends, to be honest, Ryan.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Did you commentate any of their games so far this weekend?
Yeah, one. I think I finished the one today when he was playing Korea, and he played very well. It took him a while to get going. Had to get the engine warmed up, but beat Korea, I believe, 6-3 or 5-2. One of the two was well played in the last 2 hits.
Nice.
All right, let's see what he's got. Skipper's final stone of the end. It's got some weight to it. But it's this is dangerous if this doesn't come up. He's got to get the roll to the inside. They got to let it roll. What a dandy of a shot. What a dandy.
That is huge. Keeps the game alive.
Let's
What a
see if
swing,
we-
you know. Team Ju, they had a chance to take a crack at a triple. Even if Kleiter made a draw, it would be a very lonely yellow rock. I think they could find a way to get it out no matter where he put it.
Let's take a look at that one again. That was a dandy of a shot.
Absolutely.
We're waiting for it to climb. It climbs, crosses the face late. Beautifully hit. Beautiful roll. Well-managed rock. Great shot. And he's smiling. He's all smiles there. Well, I get to keep my job for another few ends.
I'd be smiling too. Whew. They got away with it here. They've gotten away with it all game, really. But you can't get away with it all the way to the eighth end. Not against a team like this. They got to find a way to get something going.
So now they're really working it. All three out there. I'm not sure it's got enough. Maybe. Pass the guard.
Whew.
Well, if you can do it, I can do it too. Let's look at that one again, because that got them the two that they needed.
We'll do that one at the start of next end, just so we don't
You
miss
bet.
too
We'll
much.
be back in just a minute, heading into fourth.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
All right, we're back 3-1. What a shot in that last end. I think we were talking through it all the way through the break. Can we bring that back up?
Absolutely.
We both swore that this rock was going to hit the guard the way that it breaks. They bring the third sweeper up. We thought it rubbed. It did not. Gets in there for the two. What a shot.
And fantastic all-around team shot. That was a great sweep. a great line call, and obviously you need a great throw.
And that's what they got. And I think Rylan may have thought this was going to be a little bit simpler game. I wouldn't say easier, simpler game for him. But all three of these ends have been very complex up to this point. Could have gone one way or the other without any doubt. And now China very comfortable on this side of the sheet. We've been seeing them play this side all night. So they must really like that turn, I think, Ryan.
Yeah, that would be the way I would explain it. That's fair enough. I know Ben Hebert's famous for loving the outturn and trying to throw it 80% or more of the time.
You know, I loved the outturn when I played too. I mean, I still love the outturn. And I think that's just because it perturbs everyone else when you play the outturn more often than that favorite intern. So
yeah.
See him open this up a little bit more. So we were expecting some granite to roll here, and it will.
Boom, boom, boom.
And remember, Kleiter has the hammer this end. And we are expecting some more incredible shots, as we've seen. So in the second, Rylan Kleiter had to make a dandy of a throw. And then in the third, China had an unbelievably great shot with their last rock. So it's all been the skip show so far. I mean, the other players, of course, have been throwing tremendously great as well, but the skips have really stepped up. This is going to be a little inside roll. And unfortunately, I think it's going to roll way more than what China wanted. So now we'll see this shot again. The weight's up on it. That's why it gets the roll. And I think they oversweep the rock a little bit just to get it by. Oh, little rub there, I think, on the yellow. What did you think? Well, Ryan's in awe. He wasn't sure what to do there or what to say, but I think that on that last shot, it maybe got a little bit of a rub off that yellow corner guard. Here we go, Mr. Hall with his shot.
Yeah, that tiny rub, that's too bad.
So this is a nice punch back through and out the back to maintain position at the top of the house. Yellow lying 2 with hammer, single yellow, red China stone. And they're going to look to get rid of the far yellow now, addressing these rocks early. I mean, there's still an opportunity that they might blank the end, but I don't think either one of these teams wants to blank it all. This is going to roll over and rolls open. So attacking the rock that's on the tee line, looking for the roll in behind cover. So a nice soft takeout here with the roll. both these teams, other than that one miss we saw by China, have really brought their A game tonight. This is another dandy little shot. Didn't quite get the roll he wanted, but just beautifully controlled weight. And we know that this is China's favorite turn.
Yep. Definitely seems so. They choose it when they can so far this game.
Well, pretty much the entire game they've been choosing this. They can throw the other side. I'm pretty sure they can throw the other side, even though we haven't seen many of them.
No, but that draw for two is one example of an excellent intern. So
this is on the guard. I'm
open there.
No. Rolls the opposite way of what they wanted. I thought that maybe got away from them.
Yeah, that looks like a little more weight than they might have been hoping for. So you usually want to throw those pretty soft if you're trying to play it close to the guard. Wrecking is even more disastrous than rolling away.
Yeah, well, the way that these are going, that'd be pretty tough. All right. Let's see what we can get going here. They're not, the line looks pretty good. A little bit of an upweight shot. It does have to curl a little bit more. Yeah, and that, I think maybe they swept the line a little bit too much. Didn't let the rock take the curl too much, and that's why it stuck pretty much exactly where it is. As we move through the end, this tremendously great game. It's one of the best games I've seen so far this weekend, sort of weekend. Taking a long time in the hack.
Oh, not as long as I do.
So again, there might be a little ridge here because these rocks are not coming off their, I mean, they're up weight, but they're running.
Are you okay, Chris?
I am okay. My dog is telling me that somebody has decided to get a little bit too close to my front door. I do apologize about that, folks. I cannot control the big guy, and when he jumps up, call him from my house tonight.
Yep, that's all good.
So the draw to the button has just gotten sent through, and the Japanese team got 40 centimeters, then Laycock at 66.5, Lee at 84, and Kleiter, believe it or not, what a distance, 204. So that's a little surprising. As this rock makes its way down, this one is going to curl right near the end and roll wonderfully to be about half buried at the back of the four.
So close to being so good.
It's
good enough. They're not going to hit it.
Pretty good, right?
Yep.
so close to being pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Well, I think they might have been hoping a little bit further, just because this freeze, you lock it down, it's big trouble. If you roll a little further and they drew in there, you might have had a red double for 2, maybe even 3. But they're still going to be pretty darn happy with that result. I'm a tough commentator. What can I say?
Well, I mean, it is what it is. And now China looking at getting another stone in on top of the rock that's at the back of the 4. And I believe this is the skip's first stone of the end. And my dog came over to visit me. So he's interested in watching the game.
Very good.
Well, this one is definitely out there. So they've got more than enough ice. Now, have they got the weight? We saw this is exactly what they did the last time. Not quite where they want it, but it is tucked in behind the yellow stone. Looks like they may have bumped the stone just a little bit. And I think the worst offense I've ever seen is when it actually was in a wheelchair curling game where a team bumped the stone and they ended up removing it. I couldn't even believe that. But what's the worst offense you've ever seen?
I saw one shot hit for the win. This was back in U18s. Hit a rubber band on the ice, and it just stopped. Just a few feet in front of the rock he was trying to remove, even though it was like very solid upweight shot. Someone's elastic band snapped off of their slip-on slider.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least it was a club game.
Exactly.
And not something important. Well, club games are important to the club curlers. Let me apologize for that comment.
So that does remind me. There was one game at the Briar a few years ago. Cooey was playing Jacobs. Cooey made a beautiful triple takeout, but just before it made contact, one of Cooey's sweepers burnt the rock, but just barely, like not enough to affect the outcome. But Team Jacobs still took off the rock, put back their 3 points, and drew for 4. So that definitely.
Well, let's see what we've got here. I think there's going to be some rock move. Nose hit, drives it straight back.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't want to take on the draw there.
Maybe he was looking to get the roll. We'll be right back.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be AztecSafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
All right, joining us again, China in the lead, 3-2, as Rylan was, I think he was looking to do the hit and roll on the last. He just got the hit, and we're into the fifth end now, and it's been a heck of a game, really strategic game that they've had to play.
Yeah, it sure has. Though so far, this team from China, they've been pretty dominant. The score's close. Some great shots from skip Rylan Kleiter have kept it within reach, but they've got some work to do if they want to come back against a team that's playing so well. Bit of a missed opportunity last end, though, with the Rock just coming up a little bit short of the freeze. That would have been a great opportunity to steal for Team Zhu.
Well, this one's shaping up to be a ton of rocks in the house again. So the word has just come in, and looks like Laycock has lost his game and is out at this point. So that changes the landscape for tomorrow a little bit, as we're going to see some rocks move now. China looking to get rid of the yellow guard.
And unless you have different info, I believe the Laycock game is still going. It's just if they lose, there are some.
Oh, if they lose. Pardon me. Nobody shoot me this afternoon.
Yeah, I think the takeaway from that one is that Team Gostjens from the Netherlands will make the playoffs if both McDonald and Laycock lose their games. So it's some interesting action. Stay tuned all evening.
So this one, another high guard by Kleiter. Lots of info coming in fast and furious from the boss. Samson is on the fence. If Laycock or McDonald loses, Samson would be in, but it looks like the Dutch team would need both McDonald and Lee Clark to lose, if I understand it correctly.
Sounds right. But, that's too much thinking for me late at night. I prefer to just see who wins, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning, and the playoff games will be the playoff games. So any time of day is too much thinking,
So here we go. We're just going to see another replacement. And there's that little bit of a run that we've seen. It needs to curl, and it's got to curl a lot. And there's that hard break. Pretty much where the last one was, I think, Ryan.
Yep. And being up one, I think, and we do have confirmation that it is pronounced Team Zoo. Is this team's name? We do have confirmation of that. And they're going to be happy enough to remove the guard.
Yeah. I mean, our apologies. Sometimes, I do not have a lot of Chinese pronunciation. I haven't worked with a lot of Chinese teams. This one's going back and out of play. And back it goes.
And I did slightly mispronounce as well, even when I was trying to. You see, it is too late for us. It is kind of Zhu.
Well, where are you? You're out east, right?
East of you. I'm in Alberta at the moment.
Well, it's getting later for us.
Yep.
So same line, same shot. This will be the third or the fourth guard that they put up. This one looks like it's going to be coming in a little bit deeper than the last one. Not too far. Beautiful shot. Again, even more buried this time.
Yeah, that'll do the trick.
Here comes the throw. This one looking to get position. It can't bump. Didn't bump too much. Looks like it's in a pretty good spot. So now, again, this jumble of rocks that we've seen pretty much every end in there. It's a lot of granite, and it's all not lined up very nicely.
Yeah, I got some funky angles going on here.
Well, they're going to talk about it. See what they can come up with here. So China has shot. I'm not quite sure what the call is. Maybe looking, maybe bump the yellow onto the red, popping the red backward.
Yeah.
Or throwing a guard top 8, full 12. Not with that ice. It's going to be moving a little bit. Should be just about backline weight, I would think. Starting to work that stone now. And we'll get past the center guard. Yeah, I think they're trying to bump. And they do. It's not all bad. I mean, they're now sitting second and third. And going to put the pressure on China if they want to get 2. The game would still be well in reach of Kleiter. If China only gets the 1, that puts them up 4-2. Kleiter gets hammer in the 6th. It looks like they may be throwing some weight here. It's not a lot of ice. So.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot. Let's take one more look at those angles. Yeah, you can make that top double. And then once again, it would be a lonely yellow rock. We've seen this story play out this game.
Well, this is going to be coming with some speed here. Maybe trying to. Oh, no.
Wow.
Curled. Well, that changes the landscape a little bit. Not quite the outcome they wanted.
No kidding. Can Team Kleiter take advantage of that? Wow.
Well, they've got to come down on the screen and move that yellow stone at the top of the 4, unless they play off the yellow onto the yellow, back into the red. That's a possibility. They could concede to give up the 1. I think that may be what he's playing. Yellow to yellow onto red. Or trying to get to keep that on the inside of the red to do the cross angle.
Yeah.
We saw this rock by China take off. If they hit that, if that curls just on the inside and just kind of skinnies the yellow stone, they could be in position to take out that red rock, that shot rock.
What a huge opportunity.
It's up weight. He's got to work the line. It's got to curl a bit. Now they got to hold it. It can't shoot by just no. Well, if I'm China, I'm happy with 1. There is a whole lot of bad things that could happen here. But again, this is the side of the sheet that they really like. So if they put that on the edge of 8 and throw about T-line weight at it, it may be able to come through the port and sit on the button. They would have backing to come into with the yellow stone at the back. I mean, that's all I see.
Yeah, pretty much. Not a whole lot of room other than that.
I think that's the call. You got to come through the port. You do have backing there with the yellow stone. It's a little bit tighter, perhaps, than what I would think throwing draw weight. I might like the edge of 8 in order to get there. They're going mid-8, a little bit more than mid-8. But they're more than capable of throwing it. And we saw that beautiful throw. I don't think that's there. That could do you a whole lot of bad things. If they hit that red stone, they're just talking about whether or not they want to throw the hit at the red. If they throw the hit at the red, the top red rolls out, the yellow rolls, the yellow might hit the shot stone and roll out, and you could give up one. But I think they're going back to their original call, looking for the draw through the 2 top yellow stones to get to the button. I think that's all they've got here.
And let's see what he's got. Can he pull it off? We've seen some great shots earlier this game. Maybe fills it out a little bit in the last couple ends.
We'll see if he comes up. It's got a curl. He may have overthrown this. It's still got a curl. The little rub would really help them. Would really help.
Oh, great try.
A little underweight. They get their 1, not their 2. As we go into 6th in what is a really fun game to watch. See you in a minute.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever All-Star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
Hi, I'm Jane. And I'm Rick, and Jane and I are the owners of Sprague Foods Limited here in Belleville, Ontario, in the Bay of Quinte area. We're a food processing facility, and we can a whole range of products, including soups and sauces and rice pudding and beans.
There you go.
All right. 4-2 in what is a rocking game. Bad pun, but a rocking game.
I'm here for it.
Every game and every end has been close here. The scoreboard does not tell the facts about what's been going on. Some just incredible shot making and some really close shots that could have broken this game out. And Kleiter now has the hammer in 6. Again, playing 8 ends in this event. Both teams are undefeated should make it into the playoffs tomorrow. I would anticipate them. And wouldn't that be something if we saw the rematch?
Yeah, I would not be surprised if they cross paths again in the playoffs early on, or maybe even in the final. I'm not sure how it'll all play out.
So here's the call. Just going into the wing. Looks a little hot. Nicely thrown. China down the side that we should adopt as their side of the sheet permanently.
Well, I think they've claimed it.
This is a little inside. But I think it'll finish very nicely. Beautiful shot.
And no hesitation. We've seen
Not
this
this,
a couple times.
not this part, not this deep in the game. Well, there's a big, the Netherlands just took 3 in the last 10. Here comes some stone movement. Getting rid of a couple. But now over on sheet 6, the Netherlands lead Japan 6-3. So that's a biggie. But we're here in the 6th, 4-2. And Mr. Kleiter has the hammer. I think they're looking to get rid of a couple of corner guards here. And they're not going.
Oh,
Almost
disaster.
got that back one.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But no. They're not going to be happy with that. That's basically a completely missed shot, as there's another corner guard that's still there, just changed color.
Yeah, we used to call it, you got to have those bunnies when you have the opportunity to take them. And that was a miss.
Yep.
As we watch Mr. Hall throw his shot down the ice. Making sure it doesn't break too late, looking for a bit of a hit. It's got to have the roll.
Oh, it's rolling right over to the yellow.
Double is there.
The good news is the Red Rock would be flying out the side. It's not the easiest double, even though they're so close together. You don't see that very often.
No, and you got to hit the right rock first.
Yep. Well, we shall see.
How much practice have you made on these?
Oh, he pretty much hit those at the same time. Wow.
Blank end. Wouldn't be bad.
Well, I don't know. Those corner guards are pretty juicy. But why don't we watch that one more time? That was a pretty satisfying double takeout.
As we notice, as you say, pretty much hits them right in the perfect spot. Coming around the corner guard. Past the guard.
Just.
Yeah, they're calling it pretty close. But perfectly placed. China will follow it back down. Try and get on top. And again, they're on the side of the sheet that they pretty much could have an address on right now. And this has got a little bit more weight, so it shouldn't be as close to the guard. But didn't curl enough. So here's the opportunity. I would call that a bit of a miss by China. They needed to bring that a little bit tighter to the guard, just get by. So now he can hit and roll, split the house with hammer. This may be the big opportunity, the big swing in the game.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. At least get their deuce back and tie things up.
Well, basically, you got a brand new game. It would only be two ends, though. See a little bit of coaching going on behind the glass. Got to stay on the high side. He doesn't want to have this cross. Got to get the roll. A little more distance would have been better.
Yeah.
But nice. Nicely executed. Hey, Ryan, what side of the sheet do you think they're going to throw that?
Well, it's hard to say. You know, it could go either way. You know. Or they could just throw the out turn for the millionth time here. But hey, I don't blame him if it's feeling good, and you can maybe feel the draw weight the same way every time with the same turns.
Well, it makes it predictable.
Yep.
If nothing else, it is predictable.
So I suppose you don't want to get locked into it. You got to be able to make shots with the other turn, which we have seen.
And this one's going to come up and nose it. No roll. So now, little bump back. This one will be up weight. With skips, I believe his first stone of this sixth end. Hear how quiet it is, all the tense moments on this sheet. This is probably as open of a sheet that we've seen this whole game so far. Every other end's had like 5 to 7 stones in play. Is he going to get the roll he wants the opposite way? Just a little bit. Nicely placed.
Well, do you dare play the draw to the top 4 around the guards? You could. But it's playing with fire.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd just be playing this hit. But,
well, if
up
it comes
to-
across the face a little bit and rolls across undercover, that's not all bad. It could force for one, highly unlikely, but
Yeah, you could make the shot harder for sure. And if it's a harder shot, you might even get a force or even a steal out of it if they go after it.
Juice, last rock of the end, and this is pretty much going to be a noser. So this should be a nose hit for 2, and it'll be tie game unless something disastrous happens here. So game on in 7.
Oh, it will be. Probably even a double center from Team Kleiter. They really won't want to blank.
No. All right. Let's see what Mr. Kleiter has this evening. He's going to make contact. They want it to come up a little bit. No roll, and he will. Nice shot. He gets us 2. We're all tied up. Going into 7. We'll be right back.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world number 1 Team Homan takes on world number 1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Well, the story of this game so far has been execution. You can have this game go either way. 4-4 tie. China with the hammer in 7, as we're getting down to it now. And I think, Ryan, you called it right away, and they're going to throw the double guard.
Heck yeah.
But that one did not get over enough on them.
Oh, they're not going to be happy enough with that. That is, for these teams, that's a pretty easy double peel.
So Kleiter needs to either steal or at least hold them to 1. Now, would you rather be down 1 with or up 1 without? I'd rather be up 9 without.
Oh, well, yeah, that'd be all right.
So 5 rock rule in play here. No wick. So, and that's really changed the game too. The 5 rock rule. A lot more strategy involved.
For sure. Do you think they'll ever do the 6 rock rule or something even more?
You know what? I don't think a 6 rock rule would go over very well because it doesn't give you enough opportunity to just play the game out. I mean, 5 rock rule is pretty hard to play out sometimes too. Makes for sort of a bit of a predictable game. I understand why they did it. I personally like a 4 rock rule, but every game, including the wheelchair game, is 5 rock rule. This one's making its way down past the guard and given a little bump to the back. Not quite as far as maybe they wanted it to go. So they'll peel the guard out.
I'll see if they can make some rocks fly here.
Oh, they're going to make something fly, that's for sure. China can do it. But are they only going to, they're only going to get the 1. Surprising they didn't at least try for the double. I mean, it was
I
there.
think they were giving it a go, but it just fell back on them a bit.
And looking at tomorrow, the quarterfinals are still yet to be decided. This one making its way down the sheet in our 4-4 tie. Both these teams undefeated in their pool. They've gotten by the guard. And now a little play back. And I don't think they got shot stone out of that, though. Perhaps.
I'll take a look in a second. I just want to see that one more time. It was such a beautiful shot by the guard. What a great sweep. He knew the path from the first shot. Squeaks it by and maybe gets shot rock. I don't know. We'll take a look right away.
Yeah, I think
here.
they did actually get shot rock. And they're going to be moved. Wow. That was a little bit surprising. He's happy with it, though.
Yep.
Yeah, so they did get shot rock.
Wow, that's huge. It's a very well played end so far. Maybe a little bit off on the second center guard, but Team Zhu, they did not make the peel, so it all worked out. Or they did not make the double peel, rather. All right.
Looking, I think they're still trying to figure out whether they want to go full 12 or down on top of it. I don't mind the freeze. I mean, the freeze would be a pretty darn good shot, making it very difficult for China as we get later into the end. And China got bronze. Of course, we know that in the women's worlds, so they've got to be happy with that. Comes out of the hand. Giving it an extra rotation to hold the line and kill the weight right at the end. We know that once it gets to a certain point, it will literally almost go sideways. Past the guard. Now, little bump. No question about that now. Kleiter is sitting shot and in a very good position. Now you can do something with it down the opposite side. It is sort of, 3/4 open on the opposite side if you want to come down. That's what they're looking at. But you got to make it. Right out of the hand, they are sweeping fairly vigorously, maybe a little bit more than they wanted to. Looking like a pretty darn nice shot. Wow. Wow. Well,
that rock is welded on there.
no, actually, it's not on it. It actually stopped short. So if you watch it, I mean, it looks like it's welded, but there's actually maybe a centimeter or two between the two, which virtually is the same as it being welded on. So now does drag effect come into play? Because you've got those two pretty close to each other. And if you understand drag effect in this level of play, in any level of play, you can take quite a bit of advantage of how the rocks are going to react. So Rylan doesn't look overly happy about this. It is underthrown. Looking for the guard. Not now, I want to say there's not much of a port there, but there's still a port. But I think he's going to just peel this shot out. Or stand there and look at it.
Yeah.
And call his teammates down to have a discussion. There is some gap.
Yeah, they didn't quite get down to it.
But virtually they might as well be welded to each other. I mean, not to take anything away from you at all, but they're virtually welded.
Some daylight there. Yeah.
Not much.
Not much.
Quite a bit of shadow.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a better way to put it. A little more shadow. But the angle is the important part, and they did a great job of that. That red rock is locked and loaded.
I mean, you got to open this up to have a chance at a little bit of something. I think they're looking at what will happen if you hit the yellow stone. And on this side, if you hit the yellow stone, the red rock would actually pop almost sideways because they're touching. And does the drag effect affect where the yellow stone goes? Is it enough space between the yellow and the back red on the forefoot or what goes on. So I think they're looking at pushing the Yellowstone back. The Chinese coach looks like he's about to call in some favors on the phone. That actually happened to me once in a game against Belarus. Belarus called their coach from the ice, and that was the World Championships many, many years ago.
Oh, wow.
True story. The ref was, the umpire was not very happy.
Yeah. What was that against the rules at that point?
I think it's always been against the
Yeah,
rules.
I would imagine. Yeah.
So they moved that out of the way, giving themselves an opportunity. So he'll just put that one back, I would think. But yeah, no, we were playing in Switzerland and playing the Belarus team, and they didn't quite know what the heck to do. They were facing 6. And the next thing I know, I look over and the skip is on his cell phone talking to his coach in the stands. And I had to call the umpire over to go, Miss Umpire, help me out here.
Yep. My goodness.
I have some other odd stories from the World Championships, as we all do, but
I'm sure. Yep.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my history. There is one other, but this is a family show, so we'll go keep it clean. All right, this is what they paid the Bucks to the skip for. This is they got to make this go. It's got to curl a long way here still, and that didn't just curl enough. I think the
just
angle's
enough.
off.
Yeah,
the angles. He took away the angle right at the end. Pretty tough, but he's fairly confident at the shot here. That's the boys at the back are looking over at the Netherlands game. All right. All comes down to this. Hold your breath. Get that instant replay button ready just in case.
Well,
not quite.
Not as exciting as we were hoping for on that one.
Well, I said get it ready. I didn't say give me the instant replay.
Yep.
Get it ready. So now, no doubt about it, you got to throw the guard. And take the opportunity, because I somewhat guarantee you give that to him again, and it may actually happen for them.
Yeah, the angle's slightly better now for the red one. It might even keep the back button red in the forefoot, depending on where you hit it with the drag. So it's scary.
Well, look at Matt, looking at all the angles. Here comes the throw, looking for the guard. Now it's got to break and come over, so I think they're going to need to work this a little bit more. Because I think this rock, well, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it perfect, right?
Yep.
That is a long raise.
And they're even looking at the red one. Whew.
Well, I wouldn't give that one a shot. There's no way I would look at that one. Or you could be China and actually do it.
Yep. Well, I wonder if there's some slight risk with the yellow one. If you hit it just perfectly, if you double off the red ones, like run it right onto the nose of the red. So maybe they're a little worried about that. Fair enough.
Well, now can I say with confidence, get ready to maybe hit the replay
yes
button?
I believe.
If he hits this one,
oh, this has got to go.
Nose hit.
Oh. Oh.
Wow. Let's take a look at that one again.
Fantastic. Oh, and they're actually looking at a. Well, while they're doing that, let's see it one more time.
Well, I wouldn't have called this one, but they saw it.
Yeah,
and sure
fabulous
enough,
throw.
That comes down. They get their two, and are they still looking for three?
Yes.
They think it's yellow. I think it's actually red. I'd go to the measure.
Yeah,
I think it's red.
I mean, the camera, of course, could be a little not quite over the top of the pin, but
we are going to the measure. This measure brought to you by the Curling Zone. And would they shake hands if they got their three? It's yellow.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, we'll be back 6-4 in the 8th.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
All right, welcome back. We're going to bring you the last shot of the last end. It was a doozy as China does the raise of their own stone across the house from far out, hits and gets 2. We thought maybe they got 3, but it ended up only being 2. So now 6-4, and you got to limit and try and get 2 to force the extra. So you see the 2 corner guards go up. China already with 1 in, and they'll put another one in at the top of the 4, top 8. That was quite the doozy shot there. That, I did not think it was going to happen, but what do I know? I'm behind the glass.
Yeah.
in another province and behind my screen and everything else. So. This one looks like a dandy. Pretty much past the guard now. Well, maybe a bit farther than they wanted, but in a good position. So they'll peel the center guard out, hoping to move, I would think, 3. Or wait a minute. Wait, there's more. Do we want to open it up this early? I think you don't have a choice. You got to give yourself an opportunity. You're down 2. You do have the hammer, but we know China can throw pretty much anything they want. Here comes the throw. We should see some rock moving around here. Driving it straight back, getting 1, getting 2, and the shooter stays. So China with 1 in the house, up by 2. I like the higher guard, to be honest. I do like the guard being a little bit higher. Option 1 is high. Option 2 is tighter, but not too tight. But I would like to see this guard come a little bit across the face, making the angles a little bit tougher for Kleiter. If I was China, if I was China. And this one's a little bit hotter, so it's coming down a little bump, a tiny bump. So that's pretty much where I was going to call it. They executed that pretty perfectly. So now, are they going to drive their own back? A little down weight. Eagles, yeah, that's what I would do. Drive her back, get rid of the rock. Nice control weight. Got to stay on the high side. Nose doesn't quite do it for you. Is it enough? Can he get it out? No. But they do have 1 in. So
and
that's
a wall of guards they can use. You could tap that rightmost yellow, or the yellow on the S3 logo. You can tap that pretty much any angle, and you're gonna get it somewhere in behind the guards.
You can tap any one of those yellows and
Yep.
pretty much get them right in behind those guards.
Oh, this is
And
looking
probably
very nice.
leave the guard.
Yep.
So China got to be careful now. 2-point lead isn't much, especially up against a team like Rylan Kleiter. They have been pretty excellent so far this game, China. Shu. They're going to come through the port. It's going to overcurl on them. Little rub.
Oh, now that is a wall. Oh, my goodness.
So, which one do you want to tap today?
Well, I do like the one on the S3 logo just because if you tap the middle yellow at a slight angle, it might be open if you roll too much. Well, maybe not so much anymore. Yeah,
Well, the advantage of hitting... Sorry to interrupt, Ryan.
Oh, no, go ahead.
The advantage of hitting the one on the S3 logo is sometimes the rock does hang out here. So if they do hit it on the nose and it's too much, they do have the red at the back for backing. So that's all right. If they cross angle it, they pretty much have the giant wall there of stones they're in behind, but either team can now play the tap game, and it's all a matter of who gets there first.
And I'm sure this is not the way that Zhu was hoping this final end would play out, being up 2 points. I guess another benefit of this shot is it opens up the back red to be removed and get that 12-foot yellow into play.
Yeah, so China's going to play pretty much the raise, I would think, on the center red, because it's more direct and does not bring that yellow into play there. So we'll see what they've got in their back pocket here in a second. And Netherlands did beat Japan, so here it comes.
You got to make contact on this one or it's big trouble.
Well, I think they get it. And looks pretty good. It looked like it was going to hang out there on him a little bit. Cross angle.
Yeah, that was going to make or break the game. And Kleiter is running out of rocks here. Can they hide one enough, or is Team Zhu going to make another run back?
Well, I think it comes down to this particular shot. Whether or not the game is over or not, they've got to do something. If they do the straight raise, what is Zhu got? He's actually got quite a few options. So I mean, the advantage is that this late in the game, you do this cross angle raise and get that red stone back. It opens up that side, the side China knows so very well, but it does give you an opportunity for possibly 3, 2 for sure. I don't think that yellow stone on the left-hand side of the screen is in play because I think the angle is taken away by the redstone just a little bit. Otherwise, well, that would have been a definite possibility. So here's the angle. They've got to hit her there and drive it across. Firm weight.
And if ideally you even miss the back 12 rock, keep it in play. You never know.
Oh, my. Maybe half an inch more ice.
Oh, I think this is gonna curl. Oh no, into the yellow. Tragic. Well, there's still 2 rocks left for Kleiter. It's not game over yet.
No, I
maybe
think
it will be after a nicely placed stone from Zhu here.
Well, I don't know. You think a little less or a little more ice on that last shot?
Well, it all depends how you release it, I guess. But it looked like it needed a little more ice, but maybe he set it out on release because there wasn't enough ice. That's a possibility.
Well, you just see the confidence in this Chinese team. They're very confident in their abilities. We've seen their abilities. The coaching is looking at Facebook.
Yeah.
So they're happy.
Or maybe he's recording the game.
No, I think he's doing something else other than recording, looking up answers.
Yeah.
But, not recording. The fingers are in front of the camera, so
And
we'll see
pointed
what
downwards.
goes on with this one. 2 rocks left for Kleiter.
Oh, do not let this one go back house. Don't leave them room. Oh, just in time.
All right. So you got 2 rocks left. You got to make this shot. The side is open for them. We know if he makes this shot and bumps it back, exactly what China will do, and that's throwing down the side that they love. They've been down that side all night. So it all comes down to this. This is the make it or break it shot. Here, pin drop in here. Wow, this has got a curl. This has got a curl. I think they overswept that. All right. Well,
Hit it on the nose, and we're going to see handshakes. I don't think there will be a way to get them all out.
Well, there's one very risky way to get them all out.
And what would that be?
Well, you got to throw a ton of weight on that red stone, right beside the yellow guard. I don't think they could get 4.
Well, and they need another yellow one in there too. They gotta run one of the yellows. It's not looking too good.
No. This one's coming across though.
Yeah,
gets rid of that.
Well, they're gonna look at this. Maybe a quad would be a lot. Maybe they can find a way to get all three of them.
Yeah, I see that they're gonna look at the quad. The one, well, they got to look at it. They need two. There's only one way to do it. And I don't think they can get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can give it a try and just give it a big old shove at the end.
Well, what is he going to try and do here?
He's coming off the yellow, try to shimmy off the top 8 red and make the back double with the shooter.
What? All right. Well, replay button.
Yep.
Makes this.
Well, I don't think there's anything else. You can't run the red one because you need a yellow rock to get into the house here.
He's double skinnying. Well, this is pretty risky. Here it comes. Tons of weight.
Ooh. That was a missile.
He wanted to see if he could.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he could have done it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
Well, I'm going to replay that just because of how perfectly that was thrown from the hog line.
From the hog line, I think that was thrown from the tee line. So if he makes it, this is not the shot. He misses it.
Yeah.
But then you're going to see them come up and do this. And boom, boom, boom. He wanted to prove to himself that it was actually there. Yeah. All right, that's all from us. China beats Kleiter. They're both most likely into the playoffs. I think it'll be you and me in the morning. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we'll see you then, Chris. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.